Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back for another brand new video. Today's our video, we are here to talk about a game of football that did finish Rangers 8, Hamilton 0, and the best summarisation I could ever give yous about this game. Rangers were the big brother, Hamilton was the wee brother. They done something to piss us off, so we took them up the stairs, we fired FIFA on, and we taught them a bona fide lesson. Because I'll tell you something right now, that was Rangers 8, Hamilton 0, but it could have been and probably should have been even more. This wasn't a game we scored a couple of goals, put the feet up, and we stuck it on neutral and let it roll down a hill to the full-time whistle. No, that was a Rangers team, no matter the scoreline, was demanding more upon more. You saw Tavernier, he played pissed off in this game, and the way he was screaming, even in the 5 and the 6 and the 7 went in, he was screaming wanting more and more, and that's what a Rangers captain really is, people, right? That team, the last time they were at Ibrox, they bet us 1-0, so Tavernier's clearly remembered that, stuck that up in his locker, and the next time they came to our house, he put them back in their place and reminded them that this right here is a real Rangers team, and there can be no questions and no doubts about that anymore. They can't have this critic come out here or this pundit Diddy come out here and question this or this. Nah, because after that 8-0 spanking of Hamilton, we have now played 20 games in all competitions. We are undefeated in all 20 games. We have kept 16 clean sheets in those 20 games, scoring 54 goals, conceding just 7, and we're currently going into this international break sitting top of the SPFL and joint top of the Europa League, which just underlines, highlights, puts in bold capitals that this team that we're all watching and loving watching right now is the best team in the country by a mile. And the word team there is the exact word that needs to be said about this group of players that we actually have. You saw that there, even as we continue to pile on the goals and pile on the pressure, we still put in the hard graft. We were still tracking men defensively. We were still getting stuck in and working hard for each other, and that's the biggest takeaway I've got from that 8-0 spanking of Hamilton. We went ahead and made another 5 changes. We have not just got a goalkeeper to striker, a good team that, if fingers crossed everyone remains healthy in that starting 11, we've got a real chance of doing so. No, the squad right now is so damn strong, and that 8-0 thrashing of Hamilton is a perfect reflection of that, because we went ahead and made another 5 changes to the team, and we're not just making changes now and there's a dip in quality. It's quality coming out, but more importantly, quality going straight back in. And full credit to the management, the staff that has managed to build this team year upon year, because all the heartache we've had over the last couple of years is all being repaid right now with what we're seeing. And like I said, man, it's absolutely glorious to watch. Now though, before we go any further on with today's video and truly have some fun with what we just watched, as always, just a friendly wee reminder, in case you enjoy the videos, you enjoy the content, why not hit that subscribe button that's right down there. It's free, doesn't cost you a penny, and it just helps us on our way towards hopefully reaching 55k at the exact same time as another 55. That's on its way. But to the game recap then, shall we? Just diving right in to the very first goal. Believe it or not, it did take us to the 16th minute of this game, but it did come from another bit of brilliant build-up play from Jermaine Defoe. After he kind of gambles on the 2 Hamilton players, I think it's trying to chase down Ryan Kent, end up sort of ricocheting to Jermaine Defoe. But what I really like about JD here is he doesn't take a touch to then decide what he wants to do. It's fast, it's reactive, first time reverse pass in to Ryan Kent, and Kent does absolute wonders, man. He just runs positively right into the box and absolutely no look passes it across the box to Scotty Arfield to tap it in, and that right there is something we called in yesterday's preview video. I told you yesterday we would be sitting here and I get to sit here and do the Scotty Arfield salute, but I've got to be honest, even though I did successfully call that and I did say we would have some frustrations to take out on Hamilton, what then followed was a surprise, people, because I never knew we were flat out pissed off and we're about to take that out on Hamilton Football Club. Because we were made to wait 60 minutes for the first goal, but we barely waited 16 seconds for the second one as more good play happened and just slice through them like hot knife gone through butter. And who else would be controlling that hot knife except for El Skipperoo Tavernier, who's out on that right hand side, and he whipped in a wonderful ball in the first minute, by the way, that we just had no one there, and Roof was a wee bit caught on his heels, or he'd opened the scoring right there. Well, just about 40 seconds after we took the lead in this game, a carbon copy of it happened. Tavernier out on the right hand side, dip, power, accuracy right on the cross into the old mixing pan, and Roof, to be fair to him, leaps like a salmon, kind of just levitates in the air, looking like somebody's been playing with a Ouija board, and just is there to cushion it in, and it's 2-0, and the plums are plumping. Now, I've got to be brutally honest, after I was done celebrating that goal, I went to grab my phone, and I was about to say, hopefully that goal lifts the roof of this game. That's what I was trying to put out there, but before my fingers could actually key it out, the ball was in the back of the net again after more direct attacking, slicing and dicing for this Rangers team as the ball goes out to Joe Aribo, and Joe Aribo's just so technically gifted, man. He might be the most technically gifted player at Rangers I've seen in, I don't know, 10 years or so, and that's somebody like of Ryan Kent and Hadji's ability, but Joe Aribo just has this way with the football that just doesn't look like you can ever take it off him. And yes, he cuts into his left hand side, and yes, the shot does take a deflection, but that's his goal all damn day. And that was 3 goals in 3 minutes. Game, set, match, wrapped up in a neat little bow. Merci beaucoup. Thanks for coming on, Hamilton. Good luck with the journey home, lads. And I was kind of slightly worried that we would then start to just see the game out very Livingston-esque, but nah. That frustration we talked about from that Benfica game, the fact that we are going into an international break, the fact that there is no midweek fixture coming up, we well and truly released the hounds of war. And you heard that from Steven Gerrard, because literally as we are celebrating that third goal, the camera pans to Steven Gerrard and he's demanding more, and you can see him, he's like, more, keep it going, keep it up, I want more. He was just thirsty for blood, man, and so was the rest of this Rangers team. Now, normally if you sit here and watch these recap videos, I break down the major opportunities and the good bits they play, but I can't do that today because of time restraints. We have no got time, people. We just have to talk about the goals because we scored that many. So let's go from the 19th minute of this game all the way to the 36th minute, where once again the ball is out on Tavernier's foot, man, and he whips in another beautiful cross that I think Jermaine Defoe was literally a whisker away, which unfortunately summarises his game, man. He played fantastic, but he just couldn't get on the end of that to grab his own goal. But the ball ends up going to Kemar Roofe, who does very well to sort of burst his pan in to get there, keep the ball in, then settle inside the box, not rush it, not try a shot on his own, not try and force a pass. He's so cool, calm and collected, and that's what you get for Kemar Roofe, that ability inside the 18-yard box, and he just picks his head up, waits for Joe Aribo to get there, passes it back to Joe, Joe hits it, and it obviously goes in yet again. I think a slight deflection, but couldn't care less, people. This is pure and utter football porn, and I'm all here for it. And that second goal from Joe Aribo actually takes us into half-time, and you're sitting there at half-time thinking to yourself, that is the best 45 minutes I've seen from a Rangers team in, I don't know, 10 years or so. Truly, it was breathtaking, and you had everything you could ever want. You had football played the right way, you had first-time passes, you had interchange, and you had players working for each other, and the hard work was still there right to the half-time whistle. You saw Ryan Jack, you saw Connor Goldson, you saw Balogun getting stuck in and chasing Hamilton down, no matter what the scoreline was or no matter how much time was left. It was just a shithouse and bullying Rangers performance, and I love that. And just speaking of truly terrific football and everything like that, we need to talk about Tavernier, because at half-time his stats were 20 games played, even though it was only half-time, sitting there with 10 goals, 9 assists. I'm ready to sing that man's praises and talk about that stat line and just say how truly unbelievable that is for a right back. But then the second half happened, and the boy took his game to another level and added on that ridiculous stat I just read out. But before we go ahead and speak about just Tavernier things, we need to mention the fact that Zungu came on the park at the same time as Bassey. That's right, people, at half-time we took off the Croatian starting left-back in Barisic and we took off Ryan Jack. Both of them playing tremendous. We brought in Zungu for his debut and we brought on young Bassey to be unleashed on Hamilton. And I'll tell you something right now. I talked up Zungu quite a lot in my videos, right? I watched them for a very, very long time. I read more about Zungu than I've read on anyone ever on this channel. But even I sat back and I went, holy shit, he is amazing. Because this lad's first touch was a first time 40-yard diagonal to Ryan Kent. And did he sit there and admire his pass? No, he sprinted up, box to box, people, box to frickin' box. He chased his own pass, got the ball back from Ryan Kent, and then first time chipped it over the Hamilton defence. Now, before I even talk any further, see when I seen that happen, I know I might be early and I might be jumping it, but I'll tell you something right now. He's the best player that's ever played the game, people. Ever. Now, there's even fireworks going off, people, and they've not even got as many fireworks as many goals we scored in this game. So I do apologise if the fireworks sound's actually coming through the mic, but as this time when we were playing some truly fantastic football, the fact that it was still 4-0, a funny moment happened with John McLaughlin when he actually threw the ball off a Hamilton player's head, and that ball that hit the Hamilton player's head then bounced directly to Scotty Arfield. That's how well we were playing, people. The goalkeeper was throwing it off the opposition's nuts. And you know what, to be fair to John McLaughlin, he may as well have a wee bit of fun like that, because I'll tell you something right now, he's just played 93 minutes versus Hamilton, but he was as involved in that game as he was in the game versus Benfica, and the boy didn't even get stripped off the bench. But let's get to some goals then, shall we? Because we've got even more to talk about. The fifth one came just 10 minutes shy of the restart in the second half, and you saw Ryan Kent get back to his confident best. I think that little assist there just gave him the boost back up. Not that I would say he was necessarily playing bad, but he seemed to get his chest out more and starting to do a wee bit more of his things, and his passing was really on point. And talk about on point, man, his cross in the 55th minute of this game was nothing short of absolutely beautiful. And Jermaine Defoe, I originally thought hit the post here, but in reflection it's actually very well defended to stop Defoe getting a touch and tapping it in. But unfortunately for the Hamilton player, but fortunately for us, the rebound drops right to Kemar Roof, who's in the right place at the right time for the big man's second goal of the game. And when the fifth goal went in, we went ahead and made a wee change as Brandon Barker came on the park. And before we go anywhere, by the way, to speak about what he went to do on the park, can we just say somebody's got a new haircut, and it seemed to work perfectly. His streamlining was unmatched. They couldn't get near him. And I really love his goal for many, many reasons. The build-up play isn't getting the respect it deserves, and Jermaine Defoe's work rate and his positioning, his strength and his vision to actually see the pass as well isn't getting enough love, because he invites Barker to get into the space. You can see him using his experience and using his body, waits to the right time to slip it to BB, and Barker ends up smashing it. It goes in at the back of the net, and you're thinking, throw in the damn towel, Hamo. And it started to look like that scene for Rocky IV when Apollo Creed is boxing Ivan Drago, and we really just done Drago things for the rest of the game. And that leads me to the 65th minute in the game, just 3 minutes after Barker scored. We step up and we get a penalty kick, and it's quite clearly a penalty kick. Now this is interesting, right, because you've got Joe Aribo here sitting on 2 goals, you've got Kemar Roof here sitting on 2 goals, and you've got Jermaine Defoe who's worked his arse off, and he picks the ball up and he goes, me? And Tav goes, no, me. Takes the ball, El Skipper steps up and scores his 11th goal of the season with an emphatic penalty. And I don't think there'll be anyone complaining the fact here, but the rainy form that Tavernier is on penalty kicks, when we get a penalty, I don't care who's on 2 goals, he takes the penalty, because going into the next game or the next game, it might be tight and we might get a penalty in the last minute, and I want the guy who's no missing and has got full of confidence taking his penalty. So I've got no problem with Tavernier taking that penalty and scoring it when 2 other people were on hat-tricks. Not a one. He is the captain, his say goes. And what I really loved is there was no bitchiness. There was no bitchiness for Roof. Even Jermaine Defoe, when he went, me? And Tav went, no, me? he was fine with it. He was laughing and joking afterwards, and that team spirit we have there really shone through in that entire game. Everyone worked for each other. Everyone was happy for each other. And look at the results. Speaking of happy though, we go to the 69th minute of this game, just a couple of minutes after we made it 7, and Tavernier again is heavily involved, and he actually starts the ball with a little beautiful pass in behind the defence that I think actually goes to Kamal Roof, and I think Kamal Roof smashes this across the goal, but who's there 6 yards out to tap it in? Tavernier, the right back, for his 12th goal of the season. The top goal scorer now in the SPFL, leads in assists. Just a ridiculous stat line of 20 games, 12 goals, 9 assists, people. No bad for someone that isn't any good. Now that was the 8th and final goal in the game, but one of the most important things I think to mention in that game of football, we are 8-0 up at that point, 69 minutes into the game, and you look at who we are bringing on. We are able to bring on a player of the pure ability as Hadji on the park. 8-0 up, 69th minute. 10 minutes after that, we bring on Cedric into the game as well. This strength and depth, this Rangers team that's been built year upon year by another piece and another piece, is absolutely frightening, and the depth is there to be seen. And I said it right at the start of today's video, and I'm saying it right at the end. That is a majoring factor in why we're able to put up results right here. The squad is literally littered with pure quality, and it's amazing to watch as a Rangers fan. And with that being said, that is the game recap right frickin' there. And honestly, I could go on and speak about Mayorgid playing, this guy playing well, and this guy playing well, and try and dare pick a man of the match, but truly it wouldn't feel right in my heart to go ahead and single out one person for that game, because it wouldn't feel right. The man of the match should be changed to the men of the match, and that goes to the team in blue, because everyone to a man was absolutely outstanding and at the top of their game, and done every single one of us watching proud going in to another international break blues. But that'll keep us warm for a while, people. Absolutely joy to watch, and every one of them was absolutely outstanding. And aye, people, as this video is going to be so damn long, honestly, I've been talking for 48 minutes, it says there on the camera, so I'm going to have to wrap this up and try and get this done somehow. I don't know how I'm going to manage to do it, but aye, that is my thoughts and opinions on this game of football. Now it's time for me to hand the reins over to you, and this right here, what we're feeling, is what it's all about, people. So get involved down there in the comment section below. Let's have some fun, let's enjoy that result together. But aye, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I have been CJ Novo 992. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, everyone. All the best, and bye.